Alright gang, welcome back to our Triple Threat Challenge here on Zabby. It is June, it is raining, hail is in the forecast as well, so it's going to be a very dark and gloomy day today, but we got a couple things to do today. One, we need to sell the soybeans. It is the best time to sell them. However, the price right now is still going up, so I'm going to allow that price to try to continue to grow a few extra dollars for us, if at all possible, before we go and sell those. And we've got to put something in the ground down here on this field down here, which, as a matter of fact, I thought was already plowed up. It is not plowed up, so we need to go ahead and get the plow and plow this up as well. So bear with me for a minute. We need to do that. I'm going to drop this off right about there. Let's go grab the plow. Now, a couple other things we want to do today. One, we've got the peas that we need to move out of the greenhouse so we can keep that going. I think it is full once again. Two, we want to continue to work towards getting that oil mill that I've been talking about for a number of episodes now. And three, excuse me, and three, really we want to, try our best here to figure out some way to figure out what we're going to do with the TMR here for the water buffalo. Now, that is a little bit of a lower priority right now. Still is something we want to try to accomplish, but it is a bit of a lower priority. The water buffalo we have in there right now, they're still very, very young. They're not producing milk or anything like that. They don't need the TMR yet, but it's going to be coming sooner than we expect, right? It's going to be here before we know it. So trying to figure out something to do for the TMR would be ideal. Again, that money that we're going to have to spend to do that, though, is probably relatively significant. I think I'm going to go around the approach of one of like the mixers. It's just like a trailer mixer, if you will. I think that's the approach we're going to go for this series. I don't think I'll do any kind of production. Could be wrong, but I don't think I will. But we'll see. Now, if we do go that approach, the thing to note here is that we've got the silage stick right now, right? The silage stick, it's going to make it a little bit difficult for us to be able to do that trailer approach. So what that essentially means is we are going to have to get some kind of a bucket for the JCB, or whatever we end up having at that period of time, that can pick up or load a bucket of silage and grass and straw, etc., to be able to put into this, right? So hay, for that matter, not grass. So that's going to be something else we have to kind of fit and afford to do here later on. But again, that is not going to be something that likely happens today. For today, it's literally going to be us continuing this process here of getting this field done. This is the last field that we own that has to be drilled today. Now, speaking of this field, I was planning on putting in beans in this field, but the problem is we don't have a planter is required for beans. It cannot be done with the drill that we currently have. So, considering that, there's really only one other option for us. Well, I guess there's more than one, but the only other option really that we're going to plan on even utilizing, though, is going to be the buckwheat. So we're going to have 2 fields of buckwheat, which is fine. We've never done buckwheat except for the last episode, right? So we'll do buckwheat again here today. There are grass and, some maize and things of that, alfalfa, so things like that we could potentially do with this field. And honestly, and eventually at some point down the road, it very well may be a situation where we do that in this field. But for the time being, we're not going to. We're going to go ahead and throw the buckwheat in here. The only other thing I was considering doing on this field, before I made my decision to do the buckwheat, was holding off on it and waiting and doing something. Is it next month or the following month? I can't remember, but one of the upcoming months, rather, and doing canola in this field, right? We've got our big canola field over there. It's probably going to continue to stay a canola field, that one up there, until obviously the mill has been purchased and we're ready to put poppy into it. But I was considering doing canola down here on this field as well, but changed my mind. We're just going to do the buckwheat, and we're going to go from there. So, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well. Things are good, man. As good as they can be. Things are good. Not even utilizing the GPS here. We're just going to kind of go for it. The greenhouse. There's still some room for it to be working through the peas, but it is out of herbicide. We talked about that for a couple of episodes as well, that we were probably going to run out of herbicide. We have done so. So we need to get some herbicide down here to this greenhouse today as well. Contract-wise, there was not a ton out when I started, but it looks like a few more have popped up. We'll probably take those hoeing contracts. I see no reason why we wouldn't. Those are a good price, right? Real good price, as a matter of fact. We're going to get essentially, it makes no difference, about $4,500 off of that. So that's pretty good. The rock removal, probably do that too, because that's really close to the shop. It takes a few seconds to drive over there. I would be remiss if we didn't do that one, so that'll probably be the first one we do, and then I think we'll make a decision on if we're going to do the hoeing ones or not. I think that's probably what we will end up doing, but we'll see. Maybe some more things will pop up by the time that happens. Who knows, right? Who knows? Now, I haven't looked in the used market yet. I like to always look in the used market. Not that we really want to spend any of the money that we currently have for the used market, but you never know. We like to look in there and see what is in there. So we'll take a peek at that here in just a second. I'm expecting a decent amount of money out of these soybeans here. I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping it'll get us pretty close. And then I'm hoping, you know, with the contracts today and maybe the contracts in the next episode will get us over the hump. You know, to being able to buy that oil mill. Now, the thing we need to make sure we're aware of here is that if we do go this approach, we've got to be very careful, you know, that we have enough money to be able to make sure that we're not going to go into the red, right? We've got a loan interest every single month. We've got a lot of things for that matter. So we got to be very, very careful about that. As long as we have a little bit of money in the account, by the time we buy that mill and we go to the next month, then I'm really not going to worry about it too much. Meaning, if we have $500 even, right, I'm not going to worry about it because I save $500 after all the interest and everything from one month to the other. All right, really, that worked out well. The reason why I'm saying that is because, well, quite honestly, we can do contracts in the next month. As long as we have some kind of money in the bank account and we don't go in the red, we can do contracts in the next month to get us back into a better state, right? So I'm not that concerned about that. It's just a matter of making sure we have enough money to move on to the next month. That's really the biggest issue here. So, buckwheat, there it is. Now, we are starting to get a decent amount of slurry and manure from the water buffalo, which is a good thing, right? We can start utilizing that a bit for our fields. Just making sure that we actually are, you know, putting down a good level there, and it looks like we are, so screwed up on the last time, so I don't want to screw it up again. Okay, I don't know why we are going that far off when I'm clearly on the edge here. Whatever, we'll just continue to do it ourselves, I guess. That's fine. So, soybeans. Let's talk about that real quick. So, soybeans, we have 12,286 liters. Right now, we're going to get about, well, it's going to be probably higher than that, $1,808 because it is still going up. I'm hoping to get to $1,810. I know that sounds crazy, and it's not really that big of a difference. I get that, but you know, every dollar counts right now, given the fact we're trying to save for the oil mill, right? And it's not a cheap oil mill, right? It's $240,000. We got 206. We're pretty far off. So we really need every dollar we can get off those soybeans. So those soybeans are probably going to be one of, if not the last thing we do today, just to try to get a few extra dollars out of it, right? I don't know if we will, but, you know, that's going to be kind of what we're planning to do at least. Okay, I don't know why this is doing what it's doing. It doesn't like, I think that the trees are so close, but I didn't touch anything in regard to this field at all. This is just the way that the map was built, so the GPS just does not like it. So we'll just go around the first headland here ourselves, I guess. Now, it's very rainy, very muddy, so you know we are struggling a little bit more than we normally would to get this through here, but we're fine, right? We're kind of sinking into the mud a little bit, but we're okay. I'd like to get all this done, obviously, before the hail starts, but we will see. It's funny that it's raining so much right now, and here in Ohio, in real life, it's been raining non-stop. My grass is crazy. I got to get it mowed today. I mowed it not that long ago, and it's feels like it's 3 feet tall right now. Now, I just threw the plow on the front here just because it is going to be easier for me just to bring it back. I can bring them both back together, right? Okay, whatever. We'll let it do whatever it wants to do. That's fine. Let's get the rest of this field done. It shouldn't take too long, gang. We had a little bit of an issue down there with well, first of all, we had an issue with the field, and then we had a bit of an issue there with the greenhouse. I don't know what I was thinking. I forgot that we upped that water tank to being unrealistic, so there's tons of water in there. But nonetheless, we got the herbicide down there. We had to spend a bunch of money to do so it's dropped us down a little bit again, which is unfortunate. Also, I don't know what the hell happened with the field there. I just said the hell with it eventually because I was having so many issues with the GPS, and then only after I did that and turned the lines on did I realize that somehow the width got bumped up to 9 meters, which that drill obviously is not 9 meters, it's 6, which I don't know how that would have changed. I didn't make any modifications. I didn't do anything, so I don't know how that happened or what happened there, but the soybeans anyway are still going up, so I'm going to hold off. So we're going to do some contracts. The hail unfortunately did get here before we finished that field, so that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We got the field all set, though. The field should be in a good spot now as we move forward here, so happy about that. Now, let's see, contract-wise, is there anything else that's popped up? Yes, there is. There's quite a bit, as a matter of fact. We're definitely going to do this rock removing. This is a super easy contract. I love doing this contract. It makes no difference, $5,000 back in the bank account here, which is good. That basically is going to pay for the $3,000 of herbicide, plus give us a little bit of an extra bonus $2,000 to add on top of that, so that's good. So we'll go ahead and take this one. Let's borrow the items. And with it being so close to the shop as well, it's super convenient. We don't have to drive all the way across the map, right? So this is going to be a nice, quick, easy payday for us. We love that. Heavy hail coming down right now. Heavy, heavy hail. I would love to see another one of these pop out. I don't think I've ever seen more than one rock removal contract pop out ever at a time, but I would love to have another one pop out and we can just use the same equipment. Like I said, I've never seen that happen. Sorry, Walter. Apologize, buddy. I apologize. That was my fault. I'll give you the leeway on that one. That was my fault. All right, there's all the flags. Looks like it's a decent amount of rocks we're going to be getting removed. We're going to be removing here. Excuse me. There's a lot of rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rocks. A significant amount. There's only one rock they don't want us to remove, I think. It's this one right here to the right. We get yelled at if we remove that one. I say yelled at, we'll get a thing that pops up that says, please don't remove rocks that you're not asked to remove. I'm not sure why you would want to keep one of these rocks there. I don't know why you would want to just take all of them out altogether. Not sure that makes any sense. So, what do we got here? Let's take a look while this is happening. So, the canola is ready to harvest technically next month. I'm not sure if it'll be July or August for us. I forget. We'll take a peek here in just a second. Let me get reset on another rock here. For us, it's going to be probably next month, actually. Probably next month. So, canola, right? The thing about that is, I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I would love to be able to take that canola and put at least some of that into our oil mill. I'm not quite sure we'll get there. You know, I bought that Vulture, which brought us a step backwards, really. I thought it was justified, though. I wanted to do it, so I'll take the bit of a loss there from doing that. We might have to wait until the following month. In other words, we might have to sell some of that canola. I would suspect we're probably going to have to sell some of that canola to be able to get there. Crazier things have happened. I just, you know, 12,000 liters of soybeans is great. I just don't quite think that's quite going to get us to $240,000. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I am. I just, doing the basic math in my head, I don't think it's going to get us there. I think we're going to get close, but I don't think it's going to get us there. So really it's going to depend on the contracts from today and really the contracts for next month if we're going to get there or not, right? That's really what it's going to boil down to here. All right, so that's done. Did anything else pop out? Like I said, I highly doubt it, but I was hoping one would. Nope, they didn't. All right, so we'll just collect it, turn that in. So we're up to $208,000 now, and now the rocks are all back all of a sudden. Ironically enough, the rocks grew back that quickly. Okay, and what else we got here? So there is a harvesting contract. It's spinach, though. I don't want to do spinach. Personally, I don't want to do that. There's a bale wrapping, two bale wrapping contracts, actually, we can do. It wouldn't be bad. It'd be $3,100. It wouldn't be terrible. The hoeing one would be 3, 4, 5, just over $4,000. Basically, is what we would get from the hoeing contract. So that's slightly better as far as the money goes. There is a gigantic mowing contract here. I mean, that gigantic mowing contract. $8,292, and then another one for $2,717. That feels like something we absolutely should do here. I mean, that is an astronomically good amount of money that we would get out of that. That would put us in a lot better spot. That would actually probably make us be able to buy the mill. It's going to take a while, though, right? That's going to take a while, but I think it can be done. We're going to do it. So I'm going to borrow the items for this one, and we're going to take the other mowing contract as well. I understand mowing's probably not the most exciting thing to watch, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to do it anyway. That's too good of a dollar amount to pass up. That's nearly 10 grand we're going to get off of this. Now, the big one's going to take a long, long time, so we're going to do the small one first. The small one, I think, is down here by us anyway. It is, over here to the right. That's over there by that lake that we found when we were doing some of the Deadwood contracts there, that we kind of liked that area, right? So this would be nice to be over in this area again. The other one is an area that we've been up to many times before. Big, massive field up there, too. Way up there by the river. And over there by where what was essentially a train track that has been turned into a walking path, right? So we'll have to huff it all the way up there to get the rest of this done, but we can at least get started with the small field and then go from there. So this will be good, right? This will put us near, it makes no difference, 220,000, and that's before we even sell the soybeans. I'm going to keep an eye on the soybeans, I will tell you that. So we're going to get started on mowing this field, of course, and then I'll probably just, throw in a time lapse so we can get this done, because it is going to take a while to do this. We know it's going to. So I'll throw a bit of a time lapse in to get the remaining bit of it done. But once we finish this small field down here, my goal is to kind of take a peek at the soybean price, and if the price is decent, or in other words, if the price is starting to drop, or even if it hasn't dropped, for that matter, we're going to get started on selling it. We want to try to get as much as we can out of that, and I think, like I said, getting to this point here, it's going to put us in a really good spot here with these mowing contracts. It's going to put us in a really, really good spot, as a matter of fact. I think we now have a chance to actually do it. I was just talking about how I'm not quite sure it's going to happen or not, but given the size of these contracts, I think it is going to happen. I didn't know we were going to get such a large contract here given to us. It's fantastic that we did get it. So this isn't a small field by any means, but it's not anywhere near what we're getting ready to get into. So, like I said, I'll keep an eye on the soybeans. I'll keep watching it. We're at 1,821 right now. It's still going up. So we've gained almost $10 per 1,000 liters right now, which is going to be great, right? A little extra money goes a long way. So we'll carry on. And let's see. Let's see what we can get done. Okay, done it, gang. Okay, dang. Okay, gang, the contract's done. And, yeah, this is going to be good money for us. As of a few seconds ago, The soybean price is still increasing. We are now going to get 1,830. I'm going to go ahead and sell it now, even though it appears that we're going to continue to make more and more money if we wait. But we're kind of done with today's episode. So doing all those contracts got us up to $218,000, which is awesome. And yeah, we'll see what the soybeans get us. We've got a little bit more than one trailer load here of soybeans. Now, there is a closer spot for the soybeans, to be fair, which is still a decent price, but we're going to go to the far away one for 1830. Well, I say far away, it's not the farthest, but this one is, which one? Okay, down here where the chickens are. Okay, we know that spot very, very well. Let's go and get rid of these and make a little bit of money, right? I'm expecting good things here, really good things from this 10,000 liters here, right? So we're going to be close. I'm not quite sure we'll make it today, but we're going to be close. And hopefully with the next episode, we'll be able to get some more decent contracts that will allow us to get to that point. Along with the peas, of course. We didn't sell the peas today, but that's okay. We can sell those. We can sell those in the next one. We probably do need to move some peas out of there, though. And I probably will just do that off camera. Because I think it's going to be full overnight. So, yeah, we'll do that off camera. All these crazy people out here walking around in this hail, they're trying to get killed. Like, I don't know what they're doing here. You should not be out in a hailstorm. This is some relatively large hail you're seeing come down here. I would say some of those are golf ball size hails. And that can kill you. I don't know what these people are doing. All right, let's see what the first load here, well, really the only full load we're going to be selling here. Let's see what we get out of all this. Come on, fingers crossed that we're close to 235. Fingers crossed. I think we're actually going to be, gang. I think we're actually going to be above it. Oh my goodness, we might actually get the 240. Whoo! $18,320 plus $2,243 environmental score. That really helped. That $2,243 of environmental score helped tremendously. Holy cow, that is awesome. Okay, really? All right, Karen, okay. Yeah, just go ahead and turn right in front of me, even though I had the right of way. Go ahead. That's fine. And then turn right in front of Patricia there, right? Even though she has the right of way. Yeah, go ahead. That was definitely a Karen. That's the first time we've seen Karen rear up like that. Oh my goodness. All right, so we've got a little bit more to go and sell. This little bit is going to get us over the 240. But remember, even though we're going to be at the 240, we're not going to buy the mill today. Obviously, next month we'll more than likely be buying this. We are going to lose some money, right? We're going to be down below 240 yet again after this episode is over and we start the next one, because you've got the interest, the maintenance, all that stuff that's going to occur between June and July, right? So we are going to drop back down below, but we'll still be close. So I'm very happy with that. We should easily be able to do it in the next episode without really any major issues at all. We can sell the peas, obviously, to get there, and then we've got the contracts to help offset a little bit of that loan, right? So the mill is going to happen in July. I'm very, very excited about that. And like I said, the canola field is probably ready to harvest in July as well, which means we can take all of that canola and directly put it into the mill and turn it into canola oil, which in essence is going to make us more money than just selling the canola outright. So the next major milestone of this... Oh my... Are you kidding me, Byron? Are you freaking kidding me? Go! Go! Dick. The first major milestone, before I was so rudely interrupted by Byron, the first major milestone, major big milestone, I guess, the next big major milestone, not the first, the next big major milestone has been accomplished here as of next month. I'm very excited about that. That essentially means now we're at a point where we're very close. We've got to pay off the loan, of course. That's going to take a lot. We've got to get to 250 water buffalo. Again, that's going to take a while. But we have some of the big major milestones that we require that cost a lot of money. Obviously, the area for the water buffalo and now the mill. Those have been accomplished. Those are really big milestones. Really big milestones. That means canola can go in there. We can now do all of our fields with poppy, and we can try to get that accomplished. We obviously have to buy more fields still. We still don't have all the fields we require. But with having the mill and being able to turn all of this into oils of some sort, that is really going to change the landscape, because we're going to make a lot more money than we normally would, right? Very excited about that. Actually, this is a poppy field right here. It's a large poppy field. We don't really have the money for it, and it's not one of the fields we require. Could we buy it? Sure, of course we could. Maybe we will, but I think my next major goal is really to get the remaining 3. I think there's 3 fields we still need. The remaining 3 fields that we have yet to purchase. Or maybe it's 4. I think it's 4, actually. Regardless, it doesn't matter. That's my next goal, is to get those fields. That's my next milestone, I should say, to get those fields. So, I can't believe Byron just did that to us. And then Karen. Byron and Karen. They reared their ugly heads today, man, and they haven't, you know, caused any mayhem for a while. But here they are, causing the mayhem. And we're pulling up here to sell the final bit. It never did. Well, I guess just now it looks like the hail is going to stop. I was going to say 12 o'clock just hit. It still never, I mean, we pretty much dealt with hail for, I would say, 90% of the episode here. It was raining at the very beginning, and then it jumped into hail almost immediately. But, yeah, I think we might actually finish the episode here with just the hail. It's probably not even the rain's probably not even going to stop yet, so for a little while. So, all right, 243, 244. $244,101 is where we end up with today. And that is where we're going to end the episode today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the like, subscribe button in the case you've yet to do so. They are free. It helps me out an absolute ton. Thanks to my members for all of their continued support and all of the support they've provided with me over many, many, many months, and some of you many years at this point. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. If you want to become a member, there's a link down below. You get a lot of perks like early access to videos like this one. Check out the second channel, check out the Discord, check out the shop. Everything is down below. There's going to be a new shirt releasing here in the next couple of weeks. Early September, likely. Which I'm pretty excited about. I really like the way it looks. It is a farming shirt. I said before, I've kind of combined my shop to be both this channel and my second channel. But this one will be a farming shirt. So, I'll be on the lookout for that. I will make some kind of a post about it, I'm sure. Yeah, and we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for watching, gang. Thanks for your support, as always, and we'll see you next time.